The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome on here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. We got the S&P is down 8 points. We got the Russell down 9.4. We got the Nasdaq down 14.5, and the Dow down 78. Oil currently down $1.15. Natural gas up almost 1% on the day, and corn down 2.5 points, down 0.5% right there. We got soybeans down 16 points, over 1% move on the soybeans. Euro dollar currently up 0.0044, so 44 pips right there. Aussie dollar up 62 pips after they decided to not, it'll surprise everybody, not lower their interest rates. And I did a very wide butterfly on that. Worked out really well. Got a pound dollar down, let's see, up right there, 18 pips. We got the dollar CAD up 7. Dollar franc is down 15 pips. Euro yen is down 36, with pound yen down 57. Let's see here. We got the U.S. yen is down 58. Gold is down 20 points on the day. Massive move right there in gold. Silver down about 1% right now, and copper is flat. So that's your update right there on all markets combined there, putting all the pieces together for you. Let's go ahead and look at a few different markets, see what we got that we might be able to take advantage of across the board. And let's see, what do we got right here? I'll pull it on in. We'll look at potential trades that are coming up. I always like to look at, silver. I like to look at gold and see if there's any trades right here in the afternoon. So let's just open up the scanner first. This is sort of that first step you need to do. You're going to go to the binary scanner. Okay, so you haven't got access to this, hop on over to our website right there and just click on the diagnostic box spread analyzer subscription right there on TFNN.com, and we'll be glad to help you out, get you going. And you just go right down here, click on down, and diagnostic box spread analyzer. Try it out free for a couple weeks. Also get access to the deviation levels, which are insanely accurate, looking at all the indices just bouncing right off of them today. So we'll pull some charts and show you exactly how well they worked. But right here over the binary scanner, I'll go in, I'll choose the markets, like say gold and silver, that are coming up. And then I'll put in 65 to 95. I will have risk reward at 0. Number one mistake people make when they're doing premium collection is they put this number higher. And then I'll put this, say, down to 30 minutes from now. Now, a big tip for you, at the end of the day, let's say you're doing these premium collections at 4 o'clock and at 4:15. You don't want to accidentally do the 4:15 thinking it's going to expire at 4. Like you think you have 5 minutes and you find out you have 20 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll set it to 15 minutes, 0 to 15, when I'm doing it at the end of the day, so I don't accidentally see the two. And then, of course, as soon as 4 o'clock hits, those are gone. The 4:15 show up, and I can focus on them. But right now, getting ready ahead of time, I want to go ahead and put it up there. I'll put 30 minutes up. It's not going to cross over on anything, so it works just fine. I can put both directions. And then I select my 2 markets that I want. I can also choose live or demo. You just need to make sure you're logged in to the appropriate account when you do this. If you don't do that, then you'll have issues. And we are constantly making updates. We're constantly improving the programming. We're making things faster. We're beta testing a trade tracker right now. And so, you may have to, occasionally go in and refresh. What I do, the quickest way is I do Control-Shift-Delete. Okay, and if you do Control-Shift-Delete, what that'll do is it'll bring up a thing to query, and so you choose like cookies and cache since the beginning of time. Not a bad thing, honestly, for you to do, on a pretty consistent basis anyway. But what that'll do is that'll update your browser, so that way you get all the old stuff out. You'll need to relog back in to everything. Okay, so you'll need to relog back into the members area there. You'll need to relog in to Nadex after you do this, but it'll make sure you have the most current version. So if you're ever having an issue, that will probably solve it 99.99% of the time. We are also working on some Explorer and Firefox plugins as well, but we'll always release in Chrome first because it's fastest and easiest and most cost efficient. So And I honestly, I just prefer Chrome. People go in and they're like, well, I don't know, security things. I'm like, Chrome is much more secure than the other browsers. Hands down, there's no argument. It is more secure than all of them. All the things you hear about Google out there, okay? That's because they've hacked into Firefox and Explorer. It's not because of Chrome. And you can go into Chrome and you can turn on all the security and nothing will be pulled out. So you can, you can turn it on in Explorer and they can still pull it out. So Explorer is one of the easiest browsers to hack. One of the hardest browsers to program for, but very easy to hack through. And it's sort of that, website dream of the ones that like to go in and get you. Those they like to get you through Explorer. Anyways, so we go in here, you get logged into everything, okay? And then notice it won't say you're not logged in. So if I log out, it'll actually tell me, hey, you're not logged in. So if I go over here and I log out on my other screen, out of the demo, and then, I'm in here and I'm like clicking around, I'm trying to do things, and then all of a sudden it'll notice, like, you need to log into your account. See that? Not connected to your Nadex account. Please open up your Nadex platform in a Chrome browser. And so now if I go back and I log back into it, then what will happen is that message will go away here in a minute. Once it realizes I am logged in, boom, we're good to go. I do need to be careful, make sure I choose live or demo when I'm selecting tickets. Okay, and we just added a really cool feature. This is one I wanted to do just to help out traders from accidentally making a mistake. Like maybe you have it on live, you meant to do it as a demo trade, or whatever. So, pardon me there. So what we did is we actually added in the ability where now when you click on the ticket, it actually says demo account at the top. And if you click on a live ticket up here, like this right there, then it'll actually pop up and it'll say live account. So it's a pretty cool feature, like I said, that we added in. And there we go, we'll re-add it back in there. So there we go. And so it'll open up, it'll actually tell you live account on it whenever it's a live account. And so just to give you an example, right there. And puts that up on the screen. It makes it really simple for you. It makes it easy, and make sure you know which one you're placing the trade in. So I'll do both of them. I'll do different tests and different things like that. You'll see me throw live trades up, demo trades up, etc. on the air. But that's a cool way for you to know whenever you're opening your own tickets, which ticket it is that you are opening, to make sure you're not accidentally opening a demo one when you mean to be opening a live, or accidentally opening a live when you need or mean to be opening, say, a demo trade. Okay? So that's a couple tips for you on there. People come in, they ask questions, they're trying to figure things out, and I was like, that probably is something we need to put on there just to make sure people aren't making mistakes like that, and when putting them together. And if you ever notice any errors, anything popping up, just let us know, and I'll be happy to, help you out on that. And let's see here. So then you got your live Nadex platform over here, and let's see, trying to cover this one. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up gold, I'm going to open up silver, and we're going to, put the pieces together on this, so that way you know how to put this strategy to each and every day. You probably watch me do it if you've watched the show before. Like I said, I like to try this as much as I can, and it's a bit repetitive, but once you get it down, it's pretty cool because it's a trade you can do 21 times a day. Okay, this is just one time a day, one expiration a day that happens to happen while I'm on the air, and, so I get to share that with you. Let's see here. So let's refresh that. Pull it in here. And we'll go over here to the binary scanner. Alright. And once it filters everything out, it'll narrow it down for us. And we can place the trades. Alright, so what we want to do now is we want to look at, say, a silver chart, and we want to look at maybe a gold chart. Okay? And so what I'll do is I'll pull up a chart over here on the screen. And we'll go in and we'll look at silver. Silver's coming up here. It's going to expire in about 10 minutes. All right. And so we see we've been in a bit of a downtrend. We're right here. We're really oscillating around this half deviation level and sort of range bound almost on the trade. And so we can look over here. We can see now usually it's going to take off in one direction or the other. So We will need to, keep an eye on that. But right now, the only potential trade that even exists on silver is a 1950. So buying above greater than 1950, which gives us about 6 ticks on silver because it ticks in 0.005. Okay, so it's about a 6 tick difference on the trade. And so if I want to place this trade saying that it will expire, greater than, because this is when you buy, you're saying greater than, okay, then you choose right there, just click buy. You open the ticket up. It's pretty simple. And once that's open, then you just go in and you just click place order, and you're in your trade. Okay. And then up here, you can, of course, remember, you can switch this over. You can also do this in demo. Same thing. Just click right there, open it up, and then just hit place order. And it'll put the order in for you. As long as it stays above 19.5, then you're good on the trade. If it hits 19.5, you need to bell on the trade. So pretty simple. Now we got about 13 minutes left on gold. So we can also check out gold as a possibility. And let me pull that chart back up over here for you. All right, so right here on gold, we go in, and we already had a pretty decent move on gold, so it may be sort of just done and the volatility out of it for the day. But let's look at it. We moved down. We hit the 1 deviation. It bounced between 1 and 0.7 over and over again. Fell on down basically right to 1.5, back up to 1, sort of moving on back down at the moment. As it comes up on its market close. There is a buy at 1282. I'm not sure how comfortable I would be with hopping in at 1282 right there on gold. So I'd probably hold off on that trade right now. I wouldn't just jump right into it. And because, it's sort of moving in that direction. It's moving down right now. And so the trend on gold is down at the moment. I don't want to buy into that. Considering you only have a few ticks and a high risk on the trade. So right now, no trade on gold. We have a potential trade right there on silver, and with a decent little profit. And let's see, that one's going to be, we got 32, 31. So we have some distance on silver that we can take advantage of. So anyways, let's look over at a few other things and see right here. We'll go through, we'll do a quick scan on deviations, and we'll talk about the news trade plan coming up. Some things you can do to take advantage of the market. And what I see right now is, this will be interesting. All right, we'll stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Says you can't take it with you. TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, we'll come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And looking at a few different things right now to check in where everything's at. And really don't have a great gold trade right there for us right now that we can take advantage of. Some days we get it, some days we don't. But right now, looks like it's just not in the cards at the moment. So, what do we have that we can do? Well, we'll have plenty of setups each and every day. And looks like silver turned out just fine. Sort of came close there at the last minute there, but worked out okay. And let's see, what do we have? But yeah, so silver's good on that one. And we have the 19.5, so we're at 19.525, expiring right now and profitable. So another good trade right there on the silver contract. Okay, so now, what do we have coming up this week that you can take advantage of? And I like to go through this so that way you have a little bit of a trading plan. Last night we had the Aussie dollar interest rate announcement come out, and it was pretty priced into the market that the Aussie would be going in, and Australia, the RBA, would be dropping their interest rate by a quarter of a point. That's what the expectation was. And so I'm like, okay, well, if they do that and it's already dropped, there shouldn't be just a massive down, sell-off, maybe 30, 40 pips, 45 pips off of that announcement. If they drop by more, then, of course, we get a massive sell-off. But if they went in and they didn't drop it. Now, if they raised it, of course, it could fly up. But if they didn't drop it, I figured, hey, it could go up about 100 pips or so. And that was sort of the expectation. So I put several different plans into place to take advantage of the move. And let's see, did it move that, that expected distance? We got a pretty decent move out of it. So right here, we got our low, okay, from the announcement to our high. Took a little longer than I expected it to, but we got 90 pips. So 90 pips from low to high. For the 3 a.m. expirations that I was using, go right over here. And really the high on the 3 a.m. would have been right about 74 pips on that. But we did get about a 90 pip run up right there, which is what I expected if they did not lower the interest rate. So, and basically just the market having to reprice that back in. And look at that. That brought it right to what? Right up to one deviation level. And then oscillated a little bit down to 0.5 on back up to one deviation. And turned out to be a pretty, decent trade right there that you could, like I said, could have taken advantage of last night. And, more trades constantly coming up. We have more coming up this week. And so what I wanted to do is spend a little time and go over a couple of the ways that you could take advantage of a couple of the trades that are coming up. So, what do we have? Well, let's see here. We got the Canada IV PMI. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. We also, tomorrow night, we have the Australia employment change will be coming out. So, with those numbers being released, what could you do on them? So, we got the Canada IV PMI. That's going to come out at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I love 10 o'clock trades because I can do butterflies on them pre-news. And so I'm always, ready, looking for, different trades. Also, of course, you could trade it as well directionally. But I'm just looking at tomorrow. Like I said, we got the a few things, I guess, coming out that, you do want to be aware of. You got the Bank of England inflation report. Governor Carney's going to speak. That's probably going to drive the pound a little bit. You're going to have some franc action going on. 3.15. They'll have their foreign currency reserves and their CPI numbers come out. And then let's see here, trying to find out what else we might have that could be, we got the IVPMI coming out of Canada as well. And then, of course, you have crude oil, which can have an effect on the USD CAD at 10:30. So that's pretty much tomorrow daytime. And then tomorrow nighttime, we are going to have the Aussie dollar has employment change, and then the monetary policy statement will come out sometime tomorrow from Japan. And I can see if there's any historical average on the history of that report on when it comes out. I'll let you know that real quick. Let's see, we got like 11 o'clock at night. We got 10:48 at night. We have another 10:48. Let's see here. So starting to see a little bit of a trend. Okay, looks like we got a 12:30 and a 12:40. So, somewhere between 10:30 and 1 a.m., Japan will release some sort of monetary policy statement. So that'll, of course, have an impact on the yen overnight as well. But we'll go into a couple different ways to play the Canadian PMI when we get back. IVPMI and the building permits when we get back from this break. So stay right there.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position, for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. With over 3 decades of commodity trading experience, Andy Hecht has developed a system that combines both technicals and fundamentals. He calls this approach Technomental, and now you can put it to work for yourself with his brand new service, the Technomental Commodity Report. In this weekly newsletter, which comes out each Thursday morning, Andy gives you his analysis of the market price direction bias using fundamentals, and then specific trade recommendations including entry and exit points using technicals. The recommendations in the newsletter are always based on stocks and ETFs, so a futures account is not required, and Andy will often use options in the recommendations as well. Andy will tell you where to get in, where to get out, and he'll outline the risk-reward profile for all recommendations. To get your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht while locking in the low introductory rate, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so what we're doing is we're going in and we're talking about some announcements that are coming out. So I guess we'll just, we got the Aussie dollar up, so we might as well look at the Aussie dollar's announcement first, and we'll see what can we do with that. So we got the Aussie employment change. It's coming out at 9:30 tomorrow night. And so first, what are the stats on it? Really, as far as Nadex, we just have the Aussie dollar. It actually has the only decent stats that I'd use to trade on it anyway. And so a couple stats for you. 75% of the time, it breaks 50 pips on the employment number that comes out. Okay, so again, 75% of the time, it moves at least 50 pips or more within 2 hours of the announcement. And the range, the average range is actually 52 pips, which means that the 25% that it doesn't break it doesn't move at all. Okay, because the 75% of the time it moves at least 50, and the average move of all those combined is 52. Those other 25 are probably pretty small, which means you probably get like maybe half of them are 50, and then like 25% of them are say like 75, and the other 25 are like 25. That'd bring you to right around like a 52 average, but still give you the 75% of the time breaking 50 pips. So we should be looking for about a 50 pip move, and that's really all we should be looking for. Now, before expiration, there's not a whole lot to take advantage of because I guess the best one, you can get a 9 o'clock, I guess. You can do a 9 o'clock Iron Condor, and that's where you basically invert the spreads. You buy the lower and sell the upper, and you look at the premium collection difference for the max profit there on the two sides. But 90 minutes before, it moves 20 pips, high to low. Okay, 90 minutes before expiration on average. 60 minutes before, it moves 17, and 30 minutes before, it moves 13. So that sort of gives you your currency, stats for the Aussie dollar. You can be looking to do a straddle so long as you can get it cheap enough. And one thing you can even look at doing is that range can be used for legging in. So, if you sort of see it's at the upper end of its range, and this is where you would do it, okay? So it's moved, down, it's moved up, it's at the upper end of the range. That's where maybe you could go in and you could sell. And then, expect we got 30 more minutes, it'll probably move down about 15 pips, it moves down, and then you could, say buy. So a little bit cheaper. So that'd be a way to get one on cheaper. I am big on the spread. So you're probably looking at, 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock would be a little bit wiser on that one, just to give you a little bit more time for the move. Because sometimes the Aussie can just take its sweet little time to move on the reports. And one thing that's good to do is go back and look at those days on an intraday chart. You need a platform like NinjaTrader or something where you can actually look at intraday data historically. But go back and look at the last few releases and see how it's moved. Okay, see, how long has it taken? This is one of the things that basically people never do. I put all these stats together, but it's like, come on, take a little bit of time. Go back, look at the charts, and just sort of see, on, July 10th, June 12th, May 8th, so April 10th, March 13th. I mean, you're talking maybe 15 minutes of study, but just look and see what was the movement on that chart. And by doing that, it sort of will let you sort of learn and get the, the feeling of how the currency moved relative to that report. Did it come in better, worse, etc. Let's see here. So we got that piece. Now let's go in and let's look up what else we have. Okay, what are we expecting on that? Let's go and talk about that too. The expectation is 6.2 at 1,000 for the number to come in. So the employment change came in at 6.2. It was at 10.3 before, so this actually be a little bit of a decline. All right. And so let's see here. Now the unemployment rate being the big number, that number is going to come in. The forecast is 5.8%. And so I'd be looking for a number of around, on the employment change number, probably, let's see here. I'm pulling up about 25,000 off. So if we go in and we get, say, like 31,000 on the employment change, that's a big buy for the Aussie. If we get, say, a sell of around 18 or 19,000, like negative 18, negative 19,000 on employment change, that'd be a massive sell for the Aussie. Okay? And this is a report, and you want to go through and look at it, but it's a report where you should often expect it to just, pop, drop, retrace, and then go back. And so you also may just want to go for a 30 pip profit. Like I say, it pops up, and the initial spike usually on this report that's coming in is going to come in right around, you're going to get like a 30, 36 pip spike. So you get like, say, a 30, 30, 35, 36 pip spike. It pulls back, say, 20 pips or so. It starts moving back in your direction. You know what? You have an average move of 50. So if it goes up 36, goes down 20, okay, then you have like 35 pips left of your average move that you could go back in for and just go for like a 35 pip move on the way back as it's going back up. So that's how you do an after news retracement on the trade. Let's see, what else do we have that you can do with the other report we got coming out? We're going to have the, let's see, Canadian IVPMI is the other report that you could look at trading. And that's coming out at 10 o'clock, which makes it an awesome candidate for doing potentially doing butterflies on it. But there is a lot of volatility, abnormally a lot of volatility before this report. So it's an interesting one. I've been looking at it. I'm like, okay, is there really a good way to trade this one? 90 minutes before, there's like 58 pip range. Okay, 50 pip range. You got about 40 pip range an hour before, and you have a 25 pip range 30 minutes before. That's a pretty wide range going into it. And then it only breaks 50 pips like 35% of the time. So, not really just an impressive breakout. The average move is 56. So when it breaks it, it really breaks it. But however, often it doesn't even hit 50 pips. So, you really use some caution trying to trade that report just on both sides in every way. I'm not a big fan of it. So I'm probably going to avoid that trade. And let's see, the only way I would look at trading it would be more based on like a potential post-news retracement trade. Just because unless we get a major deviation, like let's say we get the number on the PMI comes in at say 59, then that could be buy the CAD. Or if it comes in at 53, then we can sell the CAD. So buy the CAD, by the way, means sell dollar CAD, because you're short dollar, long CAD by selling the dollar CAD. And then selling the CAD means buying the dollar CAD because you're long dollar, short CAD. So you have to hear that a few times over to get it down. But if you want to go long the CAD, you got to short the dollar CAD. If you want to go short the CAD, you got to go long the dollar CAD. And but again, if it's a high number, then I would go short the dollar CAD. If it's if the number comes in say at 59, if the number comes in at 53, then I would go long the dollar CAD after it popped and retraced. And usually the pop is about 20 pips. So with an average range of 56 pips. But I wouldn't go for that average range simply because it only hits 33% of the time. So I'd probably be going for about a 20 or 30 pip move on this at most to be able to do this trade. So it's really a slow lagging indicator. And but it's just not your greatest news report to trade. But it's good to know that. It's good to know these details so that way you don't end up wasting money and time focusing on trades that you think will be great. And it's a high impact rated trade, so people just want to hop in on it. And but looking at it myself, I'm like, wow, this really doesn't even look worth trading that much. Now, you may be able to go in there and maybe you can get a really, really cheap spread. And in that case, hey, if it does come out and hits it, then maybe one of those that moves like 80, because when it moves big. But a lot of times it just doesn't move at all. So whereas other ones, like they move a lot. And when they move really big, but that's great, but they move decent size regardless. So hopefully that gives you a few ideas on how you can take advantage of these markets. Let's look at a few of the deviation levels. We already did the Aussie dollar up there, one deviation with them not lowering their interest rates. Let's go ahead and check out the euro dollar. On the euro dollar right there, we got to move right on up to one deviation. Look at that, before it turned right back around on it. Go on into the pound dollar. Pound dollar has been just oscillating up and down over and over again right here. Hasn't really just been hanging around settlement is all it's been doing. Nothing major. So the pound and the dollar basically has been in a gridlock wrestle right now, and both have each other pinned down. Looking on over, checking out the dollar CAD. On dollar CAD, the move we've had right now is we had to move on down, a little below settlement, then on back up to about a half deviation level, bounced off of it. Just hasn't been a spectacular moving pair so far today. And we got the dollar franc has had at least had a clear move up to 0.5 and a clear move down to negative 0.5. So if you put the two together, and we had that a couple times. So we went down to 0.5 like late last night, like right around 11 o'clock, moved all the way up to 0.5 right around 2:30. Came back down to negative 0.5 again at about 11 o'clock again, so basically 12 hours later. And then it's been bouncing between settlement and 0.5. But we did get at least a solid deviation move up and a solid deviation move down from 0.5 to negative 5. So don't forget about a deviation move, not just a deviation level, when you're looking at these different levels. And now we look at one other pair here. We got the dollar yen. So dollar yen moving on down to 0.7 up to basically about 0.3. So we got our deviation move on the down to the upside, then it flipped back on around, and it moved even further than one deviation, and it actually hit the -1 deviation level and a little bit more, and it's sort of resting down there at that area right now. The indices, we're just bouncing right off of them. We'll pull this up. Look at this. We got the S&P settlement, 0.5 pauses, 0.7 sort of hesitates right there, and then it flies right through it, right to one deviation before it bounces right off of it perfectly. And we got Russell doing the same thing. Look at this, right on down here to one deviation, and then just a bounce right up to 0.7. It's sort of hesitating right now. And we go on in, we go get the Dow. If you're trading these instruments, if you're trading these futures, binaries, Nadex, I don't care, ETFs, whatever, these things are awesome for helping you really see this kind of move. So -1, boom, bounces right off. So it has a little bit of a break on the Dow, but it comes on up to 0.7. But the other two do bounce right off of it, so you should be expecting it to happen on that one. And then going on in, Looking at the Nasdaq, did the same thing, came down 0.5, 0.7, 1. So it had a little spike through it, hesitated a little bit, came right back up with the other indices, right back there to 0.7 deviations. We also go in, let's look at our commodities. We got oil. Oil moved on down right to a deviation. I mean, again, telling you, this is where to tighten your stops, okay? Can even be areas to target. There's a lot of ways to trade them. So we got natural gas. I need to update my contract on that one there. And let's go ahead and look over here at our corn. There we go. So on corn, we got to move up to 1 deviation. And moved right on up there, then back on down to 0.5. And then over here on soybeans, we got to move, let's see here. I can update the deviations on that, but let's see, 0.09. Move on down to 1 deviation on soybeans as well. So we got those up to date, and I guess we can look at, our gold right there, move down to 1, then 1.5 deviations. So right there, it literally just bounced off 1 deviation before it fell right through, and came back up to it now, sort of pushing back down to that 1.5 deviation at the moment. We got silver doing it, moving down to 0.7, so bouncing right off that level, and we can pull up copper. And on copper, we got to move up to 0.7 before it pulled back down, filled in that gap right now, sitting at the settlement price. That wraps up our metals, that wraps up our ags, that wraps up our energies, our indices, and our FX pairs. So pretty quick run through the markets there just to keep you up to date and ready to go on the different trades that you can take advantage of. Now let's go ahead and look at, we got right here, what other news reports you need to be putting on your clock for the week. We got tomorrow covered, and what do we have Thursday? So what are some other things you could be getting ready for? Well, Thursday, we are going to have the Bank of Japan press conference. That's going to be coming out. Again, what time? You're never quite exactly sure. So, it could be 3 o'clock. Let's see, 3:30, 3:30. Okay, so we should probably be getting it right around 3:30. Like the last 5 months, the Bank of Japan press conference has been right around 3:30. So keep that one in mind. And let's see what else we have coming up that's, you need to be very aware of. Draghi's going to be speaking Thursday morning at 8 a.m. So anytime he talks, obviously that can have an impact on the euro. Let's see here. It's a big seminar. So basically they'll try to see if they can get any interest rate clues out of him whenever he talks. So that will, definitely impact the euro a bit. Unemployment claims will be coming out of the U.S. Usually not a massive market mover unless it's massively off. And then China will have its GDP number coming out, quarter over year, coming out on Thursday at 10 o'clock, along with a lot of other reports coming out. That should have, obviously, it could have an impact on Forex, but definitely should have an impact, say, on the Aussie, on the yen, as well. So if you're trading those pairs, that basically is going to help add a little volatility for you to be able to take advantage of that one. All right, well, stay right there. We'll come right back, and we'll wrap up the rest of the week for your news trading plan, and we'll get you ready and rearing to go. Be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, we'll come on here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And we are looking at a few different things, but the main thing was just to wrap up the news for the week and to see if there's anything else that you need to be aware of. And we basically have Friday left on the roster. So let's go ahead and look at Friday. And, of course, you can always, by the way, do it at 2 o'clock, but let's see, Friday, we pull it up real quick. And we'll go to the trading plan for it, but you basically have the employment change on Canada, and we will have some numbers for you on that, on how to pull that together. We'll be going through that for you on Thursday. So every day I'll go through the reports, we'll talk a little about the numbers and ways to put pieces together. Now, again, 2 o'clock, you can always go in. You can say, show me this stuff that's going to expire here in the next 15 minutes. You can pull up all the different markets you want that have 2 o'clock expirations, which is a lot of them, okay? And so right there, and then right after this, you got 215 for corn and soybeans, you got 230 for natural gas and crude oil. So you have these premium collections happening the entire time. Right here, you got buys on the indices. They look like they're sort of heading down at the moment, but most of the indices look like they do have a potential buy order on them. And let's see here. You could go either direction on oil right now for premium cool action. We got a short on Aussie. We got a short on pound. We have either direction on dollar yen. We got a long on pound yen. We got a short on euro yen. So there's a lot of these trades that are always coming up. And instead of having to sort through 100 different binaries to try to figure it out, then you can use this right here. And if you are bullish on the indices, I mean, they have been pulling up right now. I see some long market noise going on. Then you literally just click on it. You click buy. And you can open it up. You can see what the distance is from the market. And so if you say, okay, that gives me 7 ticks and 4 minutes. So I may choose to go ahead and grab that trade right there. Okay, like 1692.3 on, say, the S&P. And then you go down, you can look at the U.S. tech. And you can grab that one. And we got 3117, 3116. I think it's maybe like 5 ticks with 5 minutes. That's pretty close. But so that's one that you could look at doing, if you're just going to pile them on, right? And one thing I recommend you do is go into demo to begin with and literally just start throwing these on just to see how they work. It doesn't cost you anything, okay? And just put a bunch of these on just to start seeing them work. Pick a direction, go with it, watch it, see the different pieces come together, see if you like this trading method or not. But, I mean, it's a very fast, easy, cheap way to learn, and it costs you nothing at all because you can use this on a demo account, which is how you should be learning it anyway, okay? Again, that's how you should be learning to do this trade, is first in demo, and then once you got it down in demo, then you can move towards going for the live side of things and put it on. But there's a lot right here. I'm just trying to go through and put different pieces in. And you can even, like I said, do dollar yen. Let's see if we got anything on dollar yen that looks good. Got the dollar yen at 97.67 for a strike. Let's see, what is that, 97.69? That's only 2 ticks. I wouldn't touch that. See, 72 is like 3 ticks. I mean, that thing's really, really close. So it's literally just 2 ticks from one, a few ticks from the other. And then now we go down to the 2-minute walk down period. So now it's just a matter of what are we going to see that we can take advantage of on these trades. And so far, looking pretty good. And you can even go in and you can choose, to look at any last-minute trades. You can reset filters. You can do all sorts of stuff in here just to see what is there that might be a trade worthwhile for you, putting on. But hopefully that got you a few last-minute trades that you can do and take advantage of. All right, well, y'all stay tuned. We have another great show coming up for you right after this, and I will see you tomorrow right here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.